Whatever happened to Darren Dreamer? We last saw him in Pleasant View, struggling to make ends meet as an artist. But before that, he was in Lucky Palms trying to get his big break. Something he loves about this town is how many unique and beautiful things there are to paint. Whether it's the rich orange and reds of the mountains, the desert green on the skin of the cactus, or the rising sun's reflections on the surface of the lake, the surroundings are bursting with natural beauty and vibrant color. But how do the builds stack up? What's up guys, Rakowski here, and today we're going to be rating all of the houses in Lucky Palms. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been commenting on what they want to see next. If there's one you'd like to see that I already haven't ripped apart, please let me know. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get into the video. Whew, it's hot out here because we are in Lucky Palms. I hope everyone's having a good day because I certainly am. I just made myself an iced tea to get ready and kind of get in the mood to get judging some of these houses. So Lucky Palms is, I think, based off of Palm Springs, which I have been to. It was kind of awful. I convinced a rich old man with money to take me, and I didn't have sex with him, and then I ran off to LA. Anyway, I just thought I would share that little anecdote because this is kind of what Palm Springs looks like. I got the expensive one with the casino. This whole thing costs like $40, but we're not really here to be talking about like Palm Springs or my bodacious actions of the past. We're here to judge these builds, and we're going to be doing them in alphabetical order, kind of like we always do. So let's jump into the first one, shall we? Oh my god, you guys have to read this first. Eli is a lifelong ladies man and his current lady is the lovely and much younger Lena Lancaster. Lena claims to love Ellie, but neighbors whisper she's only in love with his fortune. Okay, maybe my story was relevant. First up, we have A Bridge Apart. I think it's just kind of funny that I had the same experience. We certainly didn't have a house like this. We were just visiting, but let's get into this build. First off, I think this is stunning. This is great for a modern build. It looks like a real modern house. I love these like bamboo trees. I usually don't like trees like this, and I wouldn't think where to use them. This is just excellent. Excellent. This is a similar color palette to things that I usually do. I would probably have used more black, like black and white plus wood as an accent, but I like it without the black even. I kind of prefer it. It's kind of like bright. The sun is really hitting it beautifully as well. Okay, jumping inside, there's not a green bathroom that I can see. This one's just kind of white. I kind of like the kitchen. It's a little bit underwhelming, if I'm honest. Like, this is kind of big, open, and empty. This is almost like a hotel. On the opposite side here, we have these kind of like statues. I don't know how I feel about them at a bar. It just seems a little bit tacky. It seems like Caesar's Palace. This is supposed to be Palm Springs, not Las Vegas. And then we have zebra print couches. Again, we're having a little bit of a Scary Spice moment, which I love, but I don't think it's that pretty. I do like this fireplace. I think this is stunning. I think if I had a fireplace like this in real life, I would be very happy. A CD player like this. I still have so many of my CDs. I would love this. I'm being a bit nitpicky, but I think the biggest problem is that it's like two separate first floors, and I think that's going to be really inconvenient to play. As we move up to the second floor, we do have the bridge, but then like there's two staircases. This is all balcony, and then it goes up to the third floor, which is again like two separate third floors. It's just a little bit weird. I know they're supposed to be not into each other really. It's almost like he has like a separate suite for them too, which is kind of like how these guys are. Like they don't want you like with they want you with them only when they want you with them. But overall, like I love the story. I think the house suits it. I think the house is beautiful, and I kind of like ripped a couple things apart, but I think overall this is like a 9 for me. We're starting off strong. I'm kind of looking to the left and looking to the right and seeing kind of similar things. So we'll have to see what's coming up. Next up is the adorable abode. Wow, this is kind of ambitious as well. The first thing I notice is the beautiful landscaping. I think this is just the right amount. Sometimes you go a little bit crazy trying to make it prettier, and it doesn't always do that. The driveway is a little bit strange. I don't like how it's just 2 tires like this. I would just have it like, you know, fully cement. But other than that, like, again, I'm just being a little bit picky. Color wise, see this green, like, I don't like this green at all, but I think it works with this kind of beige and this kind of brown. I really like this bay window area over here. This looks just stunning. But when I zoom out, I don't love the shell. I don't love the roof. I don't love how there's different fence pieces at the top. Like I understand they're going for details, but it just doesn't quite hit the mark. It doesn't have enough symmetry. You know me, I want my symmetry and balance, and it's not balanced, unfortunately. It's a little bit too lopsided, a little bit too heavy in certain places, but I think overall it's an all right effort. The entryway is a nice touch. These houses always have something like this. You'll see it in like even Oasis Springs and the Sims 4 builds, even they put that stuff. Okay, let's move on inside. Oh dear, it's green. Okay, I don't like this green being everywhere. This is such a beautiful fireplace as well. Do these come with this world? Okay, maybe it was worth the $40. I don't love the wall paneling. I don't love the parquet floor. I don't like green and yellow together, as we all know. Ugh, the green and yellow kitchen, of course. Why is this ugly colored fridge here? This is like something out of Sunset Valley. I do like this tile though. Again, very realistic, something that I would expect in this style of house. The bathroom has green in it, of course. Oh, but here we have a conservatory. This is really pretty. I do enjoy like a little plant moment. I have one plant. It's behind me here. And as you can see, it's like hanging on by a thread. Okay, moving to the second floor, I see blue tiles in this bathroom. Actually, okay, I don't love this type of blue either, but in this type of bathroom, I guess it's okay. The blue and the orange work, and if this wall was not a soft color like this, then it would be too much, but it is. It only has a bathtub though. This bathroom's kind of ugly too. This is worse actually. Baby poo bathroom. Are you kidding me? It looks like the downstairs bathroom, except they just missed. Okay, overall, to be honest, it wasn't great, but it is a big house and it was kind of ambitious. And they did make some, I think they just took a lot of risks and just some of them worked. I'm going to give this one a 6. This color scheme is reminding me of something and I don't know. It's Strangerville. That's what it is. Oh my God, that's why I like it. Next up is the baby bungalow. This is actually next door to the house that we just saw, and already I kind of like it better. It's a little simpler, but it's much more cleaned up. I love this little brick detail on the corners. I think the windows have this like bluish wood, which works a little bit better than the green. I don't like it as the garage doors though. They have the same stupid thing. Does this exist? Blue and green should never be seen except in the EA developer's brain. And these are just not doing it for me. But I do like the palm tree in Lucky Palms. So shocking that they chose that. I'm complaining about how much landscaping they have in a desert. Anyway, let's move on to the inside. It's a cute little kitchen. It's not really my style. It's a little more French country. The cabinets are kind of in weird places though. I don't really like that. I like these little curtains, these little yellow curtains. They remind me of like a grandma's curtain. So I do see it as being a little bit realistic, and it does match the cushions on these dining chairs and even on this high chair here. But I just saw something else. What is this? This is purple. I kind of like these colors. I just don't like them all together. And I certainly don't like them all together on small tiles, because it's just a little bit too busy and weird. And why are there 2 bathrooms with just bathtubs next to each other? My favorite room is actually the child's bedroom. I've never seen this color used like well before. I've certainly never used this color well, and I think it looks just great for like a little child's room. I don't know why they call it baby bungalow. It's not really that baby, but overall I think it's decent. It's very middle of the road. They did a good job, nothing terrible. Maybe a few ugly things, but I'm gonna give it a 7. I think that's the first child room I've ever liked that I didn't make myself. Next up is the Betty Barracuda. There's 2 things I want to mention before we get into this one. Number 1 is that this house is owned by the Golden Gals, which are like 3 old ladies who are best friends, so I love that. And the second thing is that it's on this like houseboat pier thing. They're not the same as the Island Paradise houseboats, of course, but I kind of like this better. Number 1, you don't get the lag. Number 2, it's almost like the tiny house build challenge. These are bigger than tiny house lots though. The shape of this one, I actually really like. I like the circle windows. I think it suits the vibe. The bay window I like. I even like this one here, and the little lifesavers on the side. It could use a little bit more color. They are old ladies. Like, I'm surprised it's not painted all sorts of ugly colors. Like, old ladies wear weird stuff. Can you imagine being an old lady and having access to create a style? You can just put flowers on everything. Jumping inside, I don't love the blue on these counters, to be honest. It's just, it doesn't work with the house even. Like, I like this green though. The bookshelf, I hate these bookshelves. These bookshelves are in every EA build. This is an ugly colored toilet, but I've seen toilets like this in real life. But what kind of half bathroom has a wrap around counter with 2 mirrors, 1 sink? It doesn't make any sense. Let's just go upstairs. Okay, this is a nice color. I like blues and greens that are like in between, like kind of like my frame here. But the bathroom's kind of ugly again. We have that ugly toilet, plus we have the ugly green cap, and there's no mirrors in this bathroom, heaven forbid. This is like the Get Famous house, but it's mirrors. Honestly, I expected more. It's one of those things where I liked the outside better than the inside, but the outside isn't even pretty. It's just like kind of realistic, and I do like to have both. I'm gonna give this house a 4. We have to remember why we're here. We're not here to be nice to EA, you know? Next up, we have Block Model. And if you notice the little face here, it's Darren Dreamer. My camera's blocking his name, but that's okay. Block Model is right. This is very blocky. I mean, it's just kind of like box, box, box. But this window here on the roof, I kind of like that. And that's kind of something that you can't do in The Sims 4. You can only do in The Sims 3. So I do appreciate it. And they do have this like almost lattice fence over top. It's a nice little detail. The landscaping's kind of nice, but yeah, I think the shell is wretched. Why is all the landscaping at the back just like this slide into bushes? Like, that's so dangerous. Why would you have that there? Doesn't make any sense. Let's go inside. So it's half like Sims 1 surrealistic modern and half Kijiji. I like the certain details. Like, again, I do like when there's extra dining table chairs just kind of off to the side, because I think that's very realistic. This is like a huge room, at least the easel's in here, but you just have like the stuff in the middle. It just doesn't do it for me. This kitchen cabinets are disgusting, and they have nothing to do with this dining table. And like, where'd he get this fridge from? It just nothing is going together. And we've had houses in the past that are like mixed matched because they're like pulling stuff out of dumpsters and stuff, but this is just kind of bad taste. Let's turn on these lights. These bathrooms are kind of stupid. They have the exact same thing. I don't think we've seen a shower yet. That's not true. I actually saw a shower in the last house, but most of the bathrooms have just had bathtubs. And this blue, I hate this blue, but it's the Darren Dreamer blue. So we'll have to give it a pass for that. And we do have a little bit on the rug here. I can't believe this sucked so bad. I'm gonna give this a 3. I might have given it a little bit more slack, but like, this is Darren Dreamer's house. And like, this is why some people bought this. So like, you know, you could have made it nice. Next up is the Casa Xanadu. Xanadu. For those of you who don't know, Xanadu is like the gayest movie of all time. Gayer than Spice World. Oh, he's getting off in his fancy car to go somewhere. Well, this is a confirmed bachelor for life, according to his bio, and it certainly would be with this shower exterior. It works better for the back, actually. I like the tiles back here because you have like a pool and a hot tub and like, you know, reasons to have another hot tub. Wow, look at that. And it's kind of easy to clean up when it's like a patio, but this is like a driveway and this is the walls of your house. The shape is kind of funky. It's kind of like James Turner kind of modern funky shape. I am enjoying that a little bit. The landscaping is probably the worst that we've seen so far. I just don't think these bushes are appropriate. Not even these ones here. I felt the other ones had more like deserty style plants. Deserty style. I'm from Canada. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just go inside the house. Oh yeah, this is a bachelor pad. No style at all. This painting has been in absolutely every single house. And I do love this pink, but I'm certainly not going to love it in all of these houses. If we look, this is like a very dark area to be like the social area. What are these tables doing here? And like the bathroom is all tiles. There's no details. Like there's no like wall details. In some of the other worlds, we've seen like the bathrooms be like sectioned off in certain ways, be split off into separate rooms. Even if I was complaining about it, I kind of miss having a little bit of differences. I feel like we've seen only bathrooms like this. This black carpet is in the bedroom too. That's deplorable. And it's right next to the beautiful hot tub. Why would you ruin everything like that? Is this a door? Why isn't this a door? You should be able to go right out to the hot tub. There's a little patio door over here, but like, I don't want to have to walk all the way around my mansion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a shell challenge because I think the best thing we can do for this house is like delete all the wallpaper, keep all the shell, keep the walls in the rooms, and just kind of redecorate everything from scratch. I'm gonna give this house a 4-2. It's just so sterile. Like it's not, I don't know. It's just not doing it for me today. Next up is the classic compound. First off, I'm really appreciating the correct driveway, and I'm also appreciating the use of black. We've been seeing a lot more white. I mentioned black earlier, and it's nice to have it like mixed in a little bit. Oh my god, I thought this was the neighbor's house. There's white over here. This is part of the same house. I didn't realize that at first. This pool is shaped like a guitar, and I think that's super cool and a nice touch. Like, not my style at all, but I really like when they just do something unique and different. Like, I've never seen this before in The Sims, in real life, and I never will see it again. So, well done. Okay, let's go inside to this mess. Okay, it's not as big as I thought, because, right, these are garages, and this is like the middle porch area. There's a bar right at the front. That's all right. I kind of like the bay windows looking out. The kitchen has a bathroom sink, which you know I hate. I don't like the black stove and the black fridge with the black cabinets. It's too much. I was looking for black, but I didn't want it all in one build. This pattern is very pretty. It almost reminds me of like indigenous art. These cow chairs are gross. I hate stuff like this, especially if it's real cow. Like, it's so tacky. Like, grow up. I love this tile. It matches my frame almost perfectly. This is exactly my style. But again, we have 2 bathtubs, 0 showers, and like $1 million house. The comforter blanket is kind of nice. You can see like details. It's almost like knitted. I love the Sims 3 creative style. If you're doing it correctly, you can do all sorts of nice things. I don't understand why people choose to do such ugly things, but it's a big house. It has some good parts. It just needs some fixing up. I'm gonna give it a 7. Oh yeah, and I think this Sim like starts the game pregnant, and this is not a child-friendly house at all. Next up is Clib Fantastique. Sorry if I offended people from Quebec, I didn't mean to. But anyway, I do like this. It's very cute. It's like finally some poor people like me. I would never think to recolor a pink flamingo, and I do kind of like it. And it's very rainbowy, so that's of course great for me. This shape is really interesting. I've never seen a Sims house really like this. I'm never over in this neighborhood because I always marry the rich Sims, but I love how it's like a little covered driveway area, but not a full garage. The back's not as nice as the front, but I mean, I do like little detail, like these little slanted posts. These are kind of all over Lucky Palms, and I think they're a very nice touch. Of course, it's Clib Fantastique because it's gay. It's super gay. This is like the gayest wallpaper I've ever seen. But I mean, Palm Springs is kind of gay too. There's this whole area of gay bars in it, and it's called the Fruit Loop. Wait, no, that's Las Vegas. But Palm Springs is like the same thing. There's even flamingos in the gay bedroom. I kind of like how they have like personality to them. It's just that like neither of these are my type of bedroom. Not in The Sims, not in real life. I like it to be like pretty and classic. I like cats sleeping on my couch. I like a mannequin next to me, you know, like normal things. It's cute, but it's not that big, so we can't like give it like a great score, but I think for like what it is, it kind of does the job. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Actually, so far of all the houses we've seen, this is the kind of house that I would just want to live in personally. Next up is the Halcyon Hideaway. I have no idea if I said that correctly, but I think this is the first time I've seen cacti. I love cacti because you don't have to water them that much. And I do think they're pretty, and I think they're kind of like my personality, like prickly. I have a prickly disposition. This ugly, realistic fence, I kind of enjoy it for this kind of house. I think it works, and it's used kind of sparingly, so it's not overwhelming, and I think it's used in the right places. I love how it's just black and white with like a little like blue accent. It's consistent throughout. I think this is the first time we've seen a house kind of hit a color palette on the head, so to speak. Okay, let's go inside. Why is Jason Hendricks here? This red, I don't like this red, but I think they use it very well. I think it goes really well with the wood, and they kind of integrate it in with like the bar stool details and the chair cushion details. But this painting has nothing to do with this room. I don't think it should be in here. Okay, let's go see what's over here. Oh God, that's so awful. Look at this bathroom. This is exactly what I hated about Sunset Valley. Green toilet, green tub, no shower. Then we have this ugly counter. Actually, you know what? If you change the colors, I do like the pattern of this. It just doesn't really go in a bathroom. And what is this mirror? Like, why is it like an 1890s Victorian mirror painted lime green over a lime green bathroom sink? Oh my God, why would you checker teal and green? That's so weird. And then of course we're gonna have royal blue couches. This is so bad. Oh, and then we have an orange bedroom hiding behind the bookshelf. Isn't that wonderful? With blue and black sheets. This looked so good from the outside. I was so excited. I really believed in it. But then they gave me like all of my pet peeves all next to each other inside the house. I don't know what to do. Like the outside's a 10, the inside's a 0. I guess we'll just give it a 5. Oh, but you were doing so well. Next up is the happy hour house. Their pool is small. I don't know. This isn't big enough really to be a pool in my opinion. It's kind of bland. Like there isn't really an accent color. I'm not really counting this chimney. It's just kind of, oh, there's definitely some color inside though. I don't really know what to say. The windows are kind of nice. They don't overdo the windows. They put them in logical places, and that's kind of rare for a Sims build. So we'll give it credit for that. Outside it's like a single swing set. That's pretty sad. Of course, we have like green furniture, green rug, green carpet in the green bathroom. Oh, but don't worry, we have red tiles in the kitchen to go with the green kitchen. Like it started off as a joke like so many episodes ago, but they just love green crap. Like it's everywhere. I don't know what to do. This is the first time I've seen red tile though, and I do like this tile. Not something I would have thought to pick, but I would definitely plagiarize this in one of my builds. There's lots of things in this world that are not really making sense to me. Are these purple tiles? They are purple tiles. I don't hate it actually. You know what? Oh my God, there's not a shower in this one either. But if we like looking at all of the bathrooms, the purple one is by far my favorite. And I do want to end off with the kids room because it is kind of like a colorful mess, but isn't that what a kids room is supposed to be? I like this one too. I'm so glad we're actually seeing some like proper kids rooms because they don't seem to ever put much effort into like family kind of things anyway. So it's nice to see these little details. Again, the kids room was like the best part. I don't like anything else in the house, and I'm so sick of these showerless bathrooms. I'm giving this house a 3. I almost gave it a 2, but like the outside isn't completely terrible. So again, we have another renovation challenge. Next up is Hearts of Palm. The first thing I'd like to point out is that there's windmills in the background. That's also in Palm Springs. So I'm really appreciating as a world the level of detail, but not some of these builds. This is so not my style, but I do like it. I think it's definitely somebody's style. I like how it's not overwhelming. They didn't go crazy with color. Not my type of wood and not my type of stucco, but I think it works together, and it looks like a little bit of an older house that would still be in like, you know, Palm Springs kind of thing. Black doors though, those will get pretty hot if you got the sun shining on them. Okay, let's jump inside. For anyone who's seen my Prima guide Let's Play of The Sims 2, we learned that we need to put the fridge kind of closest to the entrance of the kitchen, so this would definitely fail that test. But I like these long skinny kitchens. You don't see these very much. I think that they're a little more common than The Sims would make us realize because they don't use them too much. But at least there's a kitchen sink. Unfortunately, we don't see it very much. This couch is kind of ugly too. I think a few of the houses have already had this kind of ugly couch. When we move into the bedroom, we have red furniture. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it could have been, you know, there could have been a more stylish choice. And this blanket is kind of weird too, but it does look like Egyptian hieroglyphics. I just don't like the shade of yellow that they used. I think they could have used something a little bit more sandier, maybe with a little bit more orange. You know what? I do like the shape, and like I said, not really my style, but the inside didn't completely like scare the hell out of me. So I'm going to give this one a 7.5 as well. This detail in the stone chimney too, because we just see too many of those brick ones everywhere. Next up is Intersecting Planes. Y'all know my favorite color is red, and I think they did a great job using it here. This is a very bold choice, but red goes really well with black and white as well, and it's not too strong of a red. They used it as the wood, and I think it really paid off. This is the first like real style that we've seen in the exterior of a house. Maybe this is something that like rich people do or like swimmers do, I'm not sure. But yeah, the landscaping is beautiful too. The lattice fence over the driveway. I love this porch. This is like a fancier version of the porch that I already liked. This is perfect so far. Now we've all seen a perfect 10 go bad really quick, so let's jump in and see what's going on. Oh, thank God it's not ugly. Okay, this is like a nicer color for a couch. They even used the red inside. I don't think it works as well inside, but at least it's consistent. These dining chairs are really nice. See, like, why not have dining chairs like this instead of zebra ones? Kitchen is very black and white. It has a kitchen sink, so that's nice. The bathroom doesn't have any ugly colors in it. It has a shower in it. I love these walls, actually. I love this tile paired with this wallpaper. This looks really classy, and it's really hard to make like a bathroom look classy, you know? This room looks a little bit like the Easter Bunny threw up. Intersecting planes is also like a math term, and I love math, so that also gives it a little bit of extra credit. It's not quite a 10, but I am gonna give it a 9.5. It did lots of things well. There was lots of original ideas, and honestly, like, this entryway, this looks like it could be like for sale. Last but not least is Irony Ranch. First off, this sim looks just like Cassandra Goth. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? I do like these slanted posts. Those are like a nice little touch. They have this like metal roof, which is, you know, a little bit eco lifestyle, and that's kind of my style. I don't know. I think they could have done a different color though. It just doesn't, it's a little too dark, I think. The backyard is pretty too. They've been doing really good backyards. They haven't had to worry too much about fencing. I guess it's a different type of place, right? Okay, let's go inside. I don't hate anything so far. This light purple, that's a very interesting choice, I think. I would never buy chairs like this, but I think somebody would, and it does go with this thing. I'm not sure really what the vibe is. I actually prefer the purple over this like Christmas carpet. You know, I think if we got rid of that and maybe made the cabinets just kind of plain like in the kitchen, it would work a lot better. Inside here, we have a bathroom, which is kind of boring. This is an interesting bedroom. Oh my God, it actually hurt my eyes a little bit. It's brighter than my box lights. This may be the first house in the entire episode, and it's the last one, that actually doesn't have a bathtub in it, just a shower. I don't think this build is that ironic. I think it's all right. I think it had a few good ideas. It really didn't hit the nail on the head for me. I'm gonna give this one a 6. And this girl's kind of like diet Cassandra Goth, and so is that purple. Well, that does it for the first half of Lucky Palms. We did 13 out of the 25 houses, and in the next episode, we're gonna do the other 12, plus the casino that comes with the gold edition. What did you guys think? I was actually quite impressed. I thought it was gonna be worse than it was just because it's EA. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like or subscribe for some more Sims content. If you wanna see more of me ripping on EA, I'm gonna leave a link to the playlist to all these episodes down below. And don't forget to leave a comment on anything you wanna see next. Boom.